and welcome back to another episode of Road to Glory with FC United of Manchester. We're going to start with some news. As you can see, Premier League December Manager of the Month. We did quite well in December, so we're okay with that. Right, next little bit of news: Yang Mi-hyuk has been linked to a Saudi move for his release clause. So I'm going to try to get him on a new contract, maybe remove the release clause or make it slightly bigger. He does want a lot of money though, so we don't know how that's going to pan out. We'll try and go back to the table. We've got months and months before we expect any sort of bid to come in, even though the transfer window has just opened. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. And also, Lamadi has been called up for international duty for Algeria. So, yes, the African Cup of Nations again. So annoying that this is going to happen every single bloody year. I wish it were just every 4 years. That would be easier, wouldn't it? But what can I do about it, really? So he's been sitting out a few games this month and a little bit of last month. And Mark Mahoney wanted a new contract. You remember he had quite a low release clause. I think it was about, was it 9 million or something we got it up to last time. He now doesn't want a release clause. We've given him a new contract, a very small pay rise. And, we're quite happy with that. It shouldn't be any release clause now. I don't think there is. So there isn't. So it's at our discretion whether or not we want to sell him at any point, which at the moment we don't. But there should be some eyes on him, seeing as that, he's our top scorer. He was the Premier League's top scorer last season, the top scorer of Europe last season. I don't think he's going to have the same season this time, obviously, because Stasin is mixing in with him. But as his contract says, he is a star player. So if we don't want to sell, we don't sell. And if we do, with the right bid. But at the moment, I think stupid money is probably the only way that we're going to sell him. So moving on. And I was offered the opportunity to change the season expectations. We just hit 41 points recently. So, we opted for Finnish Mate. We got, I think, about 10 million extra in the transfer budget. But I wasn't going to go for Europa League or Champions League qualification, even though it was an option. With us trying to focus on Europa League, we could get neither. So, that's probably the best way to go. So we went for a mid-table finish. And so we're trying to aim for that. So let's go through the games I have off camera then. So we went away to Brentford, losing 2-1. We were the better team by the end of the game, but we were struggling initially. Only able to get on the score sheet with 10 minutes to go, thanks to Roberts, who has been popping up in some corners recently and getting those goals. This stuff's going to happen. I mean, our best player was the worst player on the pitch, apparently. So, gotta expect some losses as our first loss of this month, and it's the first since the last month. So I think it's pretty good going. Then at home to West Ham, Fer Lopez's previous club, we come away 3-2. This game should have not been this close. As you can see from the stats, we absolutely battered them. But we were 2-0 up, and then they got one back. And I was thinking, maybe they're going to get one back before half time. That didn't happen, thank God. And then Fer Lopez made it 3-1, and then they got a late one back at the 83rd minute. So it was a bit nervy, but we got it over the line. And then we went away to Spurs and absolutely battered them, as you can see. Although we scored early, it was a bit of a fragile lead for a little while. Anything could have happened. We could have had a sending off or whatever. And in the end, we were able to just seal the game off 5 minutes from the end. Fer Lopez popping up again and doing the damage for us. So they beat us at the beginning of the season when we wasn't quite gelled yet. And all these new players that needed to settle in. But now we, I don't know if they had a bad day, but we absolutely took it to them this time. Then we went away to Ipswich. We were 1-0 down after 28 minutes, but we were able to get equalised just before half time. And just at the final whistle, and I thought, oh, this is done, and all the nerves were finished. Ashford pops up and scores a penalty for us, but Tammy Abraham bringing one back for them about 3 minutes later. Seems to be a theme with us. Notice that Scott McTominay is playing for Ipswich. He can't be that young now, can he? How old is he? He's 37. My God, he is good. He looks good though. He wouldn't fit into our team because maybe he would. Or he's off the ball. He hasn't got a lot of flair though, so probably not. 37 years old McTominay. My God. And then at home to Southampton, absolutely battering them. They are also struggling in the league, as I think Ipswich were as well. 15 shots to 2. And so, Yang Min-hyuk getting on the score sheet, and Roberts scoring as well. Stassin getting in on the action as well. So he's getting his tallies up at the moment. Maybe Stassin's the way to go for the bottom clubs, and we'll just leave Mahoney on, bring Stassin on. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, let's have a look at what that looked like. So yeah, just one defeat in that month, as the same as the previous month. And we've got to be happy with that. That's pretty good. We're pretty consistent at the moment. Obviously, we've got Manchester City today. We've only beaten them, I think, in the cup final, the League Cup. So it's probably not on the cards, but we'll see what we can do. Let's go and have a look at the Premier League. Sitting third, 1 point off the top still, somehow, after that loss. But then again, Chelsea have a game in hand, so they can seal that gap as well. And Liverpool coming. Man City are still in mid-table. So I don't know what's up with them in their league form, but they always seem to bring it to us. So we'll have to see. So we're going to go into that game now. Right, so in terms of opposition instructions, as usual, we're just going to show everyone onto weaker foot. And all the midfielders are going to be marked up as best as we can. For this next match, probably going to go cautious, especially as we're away, even though we've got big experience playing at this stadium in the Europa League. So with this game, I'm going to play Fisher in this game. I feel like he comes off better. Roberts, yes. Mahovo, we can't bring Lamadi, so Fox is going to play. Thomason, I don't think has got... Thomason's not as good as Fox. Thomason is definitely declining, I think, and there's probably lack of games and the fact that he's 32, although he is a good player. For Lopez, Carrizo. Would Carrizo be better in this game? Or do we want to bring him on later? I'm going to play Carrizo. Yang Min-hyuk has to start as well. And Statsin is not going to play up front. We're going to play with Mahoney. You know what? Early on, I'm going to play for the first 10 minutes. I'm going to play on attacking. And if we don't get a surprise goal, then we'll go back to cautious, I think. Show everyone that the recent praise is justified, putting a real show out there. Well, we packed out the away end. Let's hope we can give them a good show. Well, half-time at... It says the Etihad. But why did it say City of Manchester Stadium when we're playing in Europa League? Is there another City of Manchester Stadium? I'm going to check this later. So 0-0 at half-time. Obviously, they've had the majority of the momentum. However, they've only had one shot and so have we. And our XG is a little bit better. It's probably going to come down to this team talk. Let's say, put on a real show. Still improve. You can still improve. You can still improve. I have faith in you. This works. It's going to be funny. And Cappy, here we go. First chance of the half. Finishes Junior and Fisher dispossesses him. So can we get out though? I mean, they've got a lot of players there. Fisher actually gets past the player, and Lopez finds Fisher again, who does his man again. Can he find a pass? Karit. So Yang Min-hook puts us in the lead within 3 minutes of the restart. And when the highlights started up the other end, I really thought that it was going to be a Manchester City chance. But we've kept it tight so far, and now Man City are going to be coming. Should we go? We'll go attacking for 10 minutes and see if we can't surprise them. I don't think Mahoney's had many chances in this game, or any. So, but anyway, I'm going to put Stassin on. I'm going to keep the front three. I don't want Radoni because he's just going to lose the ball, I think, at the moment. I'm losing confidence in him. I'm not going to take James McConnell off. And the other two players are playing okay at the moment. Over there, Hayden Roberts is playing the least of our team at the moment. I'm going to give him a few more minutes and then I might change him. But anyway. Well, yeah, Carrizo is knackered now. So Vidal's going to have to come on. We're going to put Kovacevic on. And hopefully we can continue on as we are. Right, 10 minutes ago. Now we really do need to make some subs. So Curtis on. Thomason has to come on. And so does Kean Ashford. And we can't because we still have subs. We got the defensive ones made anyway, so I mean that can only help. Hopefully, I don't know if this is going to help, but we're just going to put all of these newly subbed on players onto weaker foot, and the midfielder ones can be marked up. And the full-time whistle goes at the Etihad. Manchester City 0, FC United 1, and I didn't see that coming. I really didn't, but we are able to get the goal. And is Man United playing Man United and 0-0 Sunderland? I don't know. I think we might be the early kickoff, you know, and these are all like part-time. But anyway, address the team. We've proven the wrong. Wow. I've just checked on our previous Europa League home game against AZ, and it is coming up as the Etihad Stadium now. So that's a bit strange. So it was the City of Manchester Stadium. I think you all saw it the previous episode, but yeah, it's the Etihad Stadium. I wonder if it's because we have been able to play at their stadium in the Europa League, and it's given us a bit. But anyway, we got the win. I'm just shocked as any of you. There wasn't a lot of highlights, which was good, and we got out of the press and we got the win. So yeah, so let's go to the FA Cup game against Norwich now. So we're just back before the Norwich game and just looking over the results of that weekend. Obviously Arsenal winning, and then Liverpool winning as well. Man United drawing with Sunderland, and then subsequently drawing with Aston Villa. So we are ahead of them with the game in hand, which is madness. Man City getting back to winning ways, coming back up to 9th. But is that their new Bernardo Silva? Robert Mar Silva, maybe. So anyway, let's go into Norwich. Well, Lamadi's still at the African. I mean, just get knocked out already. Bloody hell. Just get knocked out so that I can play. Oh, we can only do 5 subs as well, so I've got to be careful of that because Kolasevic's got to be playing. McGrath will come in for Roberts. He's going to have an absolute rest today. We played last game, so Sam Curtis can play this game. I think Bagan has to play this game as well, as much as I want to play Thomason. Not sure he's going to be up to it, but we're going to give McConnell a rest if we can. Carrizo wasn't amazing in the last game. So we are going to play Vidal in this game, and I think Ashford has to come in as well, and Stassin has to play as well. Ridoni, I think, there's going to be a lot of changes, really. This could backfire. Who are we not going to bring on? Lopez, maybe. James O'Connell with... This is so hard for only 5 subs. This is ridiculous. We've got a midfielder. We can play centre back as well. This is ridiculous amount of subs. Stassin's just gonna have to play the whole game. I'm gonna leave Mahoney out. Everyone else has match sharpness. So that's okay. Let's just go with the show everyone that their recent praise is justified. Put on a real show out there. I did notice that I didn't do any opposition instructions, which is really silly of me. And if I did... I'll mark all these up. If I did, then I'd probably have gone to positive. Vidal, first highlight of the game, 5 minutes from the end of the first half. Thompson picks up the ball, Ashford. Bagan finds Rudoni, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Well, half-time, not exactly vintage from us. We have had a lot of rotation, though. And only Vidal seems to be off the mark. Stassin as well, but he can't come off. We'll just say we don't like what we saw from this team. Well, I'm going to make a substitution now. Vidal has just been so off it. I can't even bring the other chap on. So I think Fer Lopez is going to come on the right for now. Everyone else can stay as they are. I'm actually going to go cautious now and see if being a bit more pragmatic can break them down. Right. Yang Hook on, I think. And I'm going to bring James McConnell on. Well, it looks like it's going to be 0-0. Not great from us, unless the goalkeeper cocks this up. Yang Min Hyuk. Rudini is onside, but couldn't get it. And, does this mean we're going to penalties? It's end of 90 minutes. It doesn't mean we're going to penalties. We might bring on Mahovo. Right, can we do it? Mandic headed away, and Nichols and perhaps Norwich are going to hit us on the break now. But no, Bagan wins the ball back, even with his yellow card on. I mean, Hyuk does two men there. Going to come back and try and do it again. Is he going to be the unsung hero here? And Rudini, the man couldn't hit the ocean with a boat, from a boat. Well done. Free kick. Can we get the goal? Back post, that's in. Fox. Is that offside? Does that count? I think that counts. We've got the goal. And, well. So look, that's in. I thought he was offside, you know, but anyway, we're going to go down a balance now. What is Stassin doing? Surely that's a animation problem. Bag out. What is the Norwich player doing there? He just duped him. Liam Delap. Just about clearing it there. Bagan again. He's really causing them issues. Rudoni. Rudoni scores. He finally hits the ocean. And finally this game is buried. It's great running from Mandic. It's exactly what we wanted from a centre-back. And Bagan, even though I think he's deteriorating, he is doing a lot of damage there. And Rudoni just smashes it past the goalkeeper. Well, half-time, in extra time, this game is over. Let's go. Fer Lopez. Rudoni. Cleared away by the goalkeeper. So Kovacevic's going to pick up the head-on. And Sam Curtis toops the fullback with a quick change of pace and does it again to him. Finds Fox, McConnell. Yang Min Hyuk goes for the shot. It's a good save from the goalkeeper there. Bagan. Put it back from Fox. Bagan loses the ball. Mandic finds Yang Min Hyuk. Fox. Mandic. Waiting for the run, I think. Finds Curtis. Fer Lopez. Curtis. Stassin! And there we go. He finally gets his goal. He's got quite a good rating at the moment, actually. We've got some tired legs out there, but Bagan and Curtis are still ripping them to shreds there. And who is this player? Is this... Oh, Eddie Fox is doing quite well in this game, even though he's also knackered. 10 minutes to go this now. It's 3-0. Got a kick-off highlight from Norwich. Kovacevic intercepts. So, are they actually going to regret the... oh, no. Liam Delap and... What's Kelleher doing there? And what are we doing? What goes wrong? I mean, this is a stupid ball from Curtis. I think he's just bored. And if the keeper was in his area properly, he wouldn't have conceded that. But there we go, full time at Broadhurst Park. And it was one side. It was a shame that we had to give them up a goal, but we're through to the next round anyway. Didn't really want it to be over the 90 minutes, but well, we've only got 3 days until the Derby game, so that, and we are away, so that could be potentially damaging for us. But anyway, should we go into the fixture schedule then? I don't know when the FA Cup draw is going to be. So we're going to play all these games, and I think there was a request in the comments to play Bournemouth at some point. So we're going to come back for Bournemouth and Man United. We did lose to Bournemouth already this season. I think it was Bournemouth, wasn't it? I'm sure it was them. Yeah, we lost. That was our first loss of the season to Bournemouth. No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? That was our second loss of the league season. It was to Bournemouth. So, yeah, we can try and do that. So we've got a good few games. We're going to finish off the Europa League. Obviously, we've got nothing really to play for other than maybe getting a better draw. So we Manchester United and Sunderland for the next thing. And then we'll probably know who we get in the Europa League knockout of 16. I think, yeah, round of 16, I think so. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe. And until the next episode, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.